Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you my first time trying to make sourdough starter. I started with 40 grams of water, 40 grams of spelt flour, and a tad bit of honey to help it start. So I'm just going to show you every day that I'm doing this, and I did not film every single day, so I forgot to on day 2, and this is day 3. This is day 4. It was looking really good, but I couldn't use any honey on day 4. Well, the recipe said not to. The honey's just to help it get started. So this is the first day I took some discard out. I haven't done that yet in this clip, but it's the first day I took the discard out, and it also won't need honey because it should be a little more developed than when I first started. So normally you can use the discard to make dough, I think, but not on day 4. So day 4 you can just make crackers. So right now I'm just refueling my sourdough starter, but then I'll start to make crackers. So starting on day 4, you take half of the sourdough starter out, which is the discard, and that can be used for crackers, and then eventually I think you can use it for your main products like bread and baked goods. So let's make the sourdough discard crackers. The recipe I found said to use 3/4 a cup of the discard, but I only had like 1/4 a cup, so I subtracted the other ingredients and went from there. So I did like a little less than a tablespoon of butter, a teaspoon of salt, and some rosemary. Then I sprinkled some salt on top when it was like this and put it in the oven at 325 for 10 minutes. Then at 10 minutes, I cut it into the squares and then cooked them for 20-ish minutes. But I kept cooking them because they weren't crunchy yet, so they got a little burnt. But then day 6, my sourdough was looking not the best because I stopped using honey, but I could still tell that there was like bubbles in it. And then on day 7, it was like the most amazing it had been. I'll show you the clips after this, but this is me feeding it on day 6. On day 6, I really didn't have time to use the discard, so I did just throw it away. I think maybe I could give it to the chickens. I'll have to look into that. So the first few days to get the starter going, you use honey, but this is the first day I saw real improvement without the honey. And look at those bubbles, it was looking great. But I decided to put half of the discard in this pickle jar because it was growing so much in just that pint, so I wanted to move it into this jar now. So it's day 11 of my sourdough starter. I am now starting. You have to start starter 4 bread. So basically, I'm taking like 15 grams of sourdough starter that I already had, and then 30 grams of water, 30 grams of flour. I don't know if that's the recipe I used, but that's kind of the ratio. Anyway, this was my first attempt, and it didn't go as planned, but I'll show you how it goes. So this is what it looked like after I mixed it. Sourdough starter, flour, and water. It was white flour. Then this is after it rose a little next to my initial starter. Then I put salt and water, then all-purpose flour. Then I put this measuring cup in the bowl so that I could record while pouring the sourdough starter. And it made the exact amount. I had to stop recording because I needed to scrape it out. But that was kind of lucky that it was the exact amount. But I was following a recipe, so it made sense. So it didn't turn out like bread dough, so I'm thinking pizza dough. It didn't rise much after an hour, so I'm going to try and make it into pizza dough, and I'll show you in the next sourdough update. And stay tuned for my next attempt at making sourdough bread. Thanks for watching.